to answer your question, yes, I have run into burnout. In fact, I burnt myself out to the point where I had 4 things going on, and this is the dark side of conscientiousness, so to speak. This is my dark side of conscientiousness, I should say. This is my thing, and sure. It's that when I feel stress, and perhaps maybe I'm slightly higher in neuroticism than most people, so I experience a bit more stress. But when I feel stress, I don't feel like, oh, stress, better stop, need a break. It's like, boom, more, push. And not even like an active, like, not even the verbalization in my head of, push, Luke, come on, you can do this. Not a motivational push on the accelerator, but purely like, I'm in. I'm just zoned in. I just go. That's what happens to me when I experience stress, right? And what occurs when you experience stress, and there's been multiple studies that have shown this. I'm happy to send them through to you. I'm actually I'm writing a script at the moment for a YouTube video on this. What happens when you experience stress is your body pulls away, how do you say, for lack of better terms, resources from your stomach and puts them into the muscles, into the heart. That's what stress does, right? So when that happens is your body, your stomach doesn't do the usual processes it usually does as efficiently as it should, which means then that bad bacteria start to grow, proliferation of bad bacteria, your gut lining then gets damaged, your mucus gets damaged, your your villi, which is the parts of the stomach, like the little V's that absorb the nutrients, gets damaged. And over time, if you compound that stress, and there's not as much attention on the stomach, I'm using basic language here to get the point across, you then will experience stomach issues, right? So for me personally, I had overgrowth, so I started to spin out all the time. I was spinning out and like getting fatigued, having 8 hours sleep, then feeling fatigued the next day, spinning out, suicidal ideation, dark thoughts, all like just the whole list, to the point where if someone asks me like, what do you feel on a scale of 0 to 10, I'd say about 0.5. And it was so bad, and it was so awful that I was like, every single day, like there was something weird going in my body, like sharp pains in my chest, spinning out, like I mentioned before, sensitivity to photophobia, like sensitive to light. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't do anything. I was literally like, I was fucked. Long story short, and this is the power of clarity, right? So I had my ideas or my hunches. I'm like, oh, I can't be stressed because I'm just, whatever. Like I'm just doing my thing, and I went through this journey, a bit of a spiritual journey. I was like, what am I not taking responsibility here for? Like, what am I missing here? And I said this on Harley's podcast as well. Like, where am I not taking responsibility for where I'm at right now? And I was taking responsibility. I was doing everything. I was trying all these different things. It's like, you're being arrogant. You're trying to find the solution within the own confines of your own body and head. You need a professional. So I saw someone, right? And this is the power of clarity. We did some tests. We did a GI mapping test to test my stomach. Turns out I had a damaged mucus, damaged gut lining, for those who use that terminology. My mucus lining in my gut was damaged. The villi in my stomach was inflamed. I was low in good bacteria, so my ratio of good to bad bacteria wasn't appropriate, wasn't how it should have been. And also had overgrowth of something called, I might butcher this, but Dicephalus piga, which is a bacteria that thrives on animal fats, right? So here I was, and this can go into a whole conversation about advice online. Here I was trying to have a meat-heavy diet, like I'm having autoimmune responses, let's try a meat-heavy diet, I don't want to do it. Lo and behold, I did a test, and the bacteria is thriving off animal fats. So again, to recap, I had an inflamed villi where food gets absorbed, I had overgrowth bacteria, I had not enough good bacteria, and I also had damaged mucus. Now all these things together, when I'm eating foods, I start spinning out. In some cases, I started hallucinating, and I started to just like losing my mind. This went on for like 6 months, and I was in a moldy house as well with mold, which I don't know if it contributed to it, but I'm pretty sure it did. So And meanwhile, I'm building a business. I'm hiring people. I've got these clients. I'm sleeping like a couple of hours a night. Some nights I'm sleeping whole nights. A couple of hours a night, spinning out. People having conversations with me, and I'm like literally like spinning out. Like I'm literally spinning in circles, and they're having a conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, nice. Pretending like I'm cool. And so this will happen from stress. Like this is how it essentially started. Of course, there's many other things like modern living and antibiotics, all those things. But the catalyst was every single day stress. Every single day, need to get a post out. Need to get a post out. Need to get a post out. And no matter what, like didn't care what happened to my body, I would do anything to get that post out. I would do anything to like get the work done. So I'm sitting there trying to build this business, hiring people, dealing with like all the fucking fires that come up with the business, like clients saying this and getting unhappy and then having to deal with that, getting new leads, getting money coming in, sorting the finances out, invoicing, everything. And here I am spinning the fuck out. So, so long story short, I have experienced the burnout stress very severely. And I'm still managing it to this day. Like I've learnt the hard fucking way, Nate, like how to stop. I don't mean how to stop in like the function of get up and move. I mean how to mentally get myself to be like, I can't keep going. And I feel defeated. I'm like, how do I just move away from this? So now I just get up and if I'm feeling tired or exhausted, just go over the couch, just sit down. I can't do anything about it. What can I do? And the pain is so fucking severe that I have to do it. There's not a choice of like, oh, I better relax now. I've tried that before. I've tried the like, no, I'll just keep going. And I know where it leads. So yeah, I go through that all the time. It happens all the time. So to answer your question, yes, I have experienced the burnout.
Yeah, so long story short, yes. Fair enough. That is, talk about a lesson learned. It's crazy how sometimes you're forced to those extreme scenarios because that's the only way that you're going to learn that lesson. And hopefully because of that, you can then recognize the signals in the future on when you're going down a path that's a bad idea.